we're going to spend some time identifying characteristics of a function. So let's look at this graph right here. So we're going to use the function f pictured to answer and identify characteristics of this function. So f of -2. Remember, -2 is our input. That's our x value. So when x is -2, that's right here, I'm going to go down and I'm going to see that my y value is -4, which is my output, which is my y value. Now intercepts, remember we have x-intercepts, and that is when y equals 0. And then our y-intercept is when x equals 0. So x is equal to 0 when y is equal to 0 in this case, and that is right here at the origin, 0, 0. Now what about this right here? Is that an intercept? And the answer is no, because notice that we have an open circle, so this is not a point. It is not a point, therefore it cannot be an intercept. Now the next thing I want us to look at is I want us to find all x for which f of x is equal to -2. Well, our -2 is our output. It is our y value. So y is -2 anywhere along this horizontal line. This is our horizontal line. Y is equal to -2. And this occurs in 1, 2, 3 different spots. And I think I missed that just a little bit. So we want to be able to identify those 3 spots, those 3 points where y is -2. So the first point where y is -2. Now reading our scale is going to be very important here. Notice this is -2. This is -3, which means this right here is -2.5. And this is right in between -2.5 and -3. So it's about -2.75. Here, when x is -1, y is -2. And then the last point we have where y is -2, it is between 0 and 1. This is 1/2, so this is about 0.75. So 0.75 is our third x value where y is equal to -2. Next question is domain. Now remember, domain is the set of all of our x values. So we're going to be able to identify our domain if we looked from the left to the right. Now remember, to the left, this starts with an open circle and not a point. So it starts at -3, but we are not including -3. And then if I go to the right, it is continuous. So we have x values from -3, such as -2.75 as we saw, and -2, -1, 0. And when does it end? And it ends at 1, and it is including 1. So we're going to use brackets here. So remember, brackets mean we include that end value, and parentheses means we exclude that beginning value of -3. So if domain is our x values, and we want to go from lowest to highest, or least to greatest, we're going to move from left to right. So that means for range, that is our y values. So range is our y values. And we're going to go from lowest, or bottom, to highest, or another way to think about that is top. So I'm going to slide my graph back down. This is as low as it goes. And what is that y value right there? So our lowest y value is -4, and it does include that -4. And I'm not going to move my graph again. The highest it goes is 0, and we can include that 0, not because of that first open circle, but because of our origin, the x-intercept, the y-intercept. It does go as high as 0. It goes back down after that, but the highest it goes is 0. So your question, and you only have one on this set, is using interval notation, state the domain and range of the function. So I want you to make sure that you are using this graph here. In Edpuzzle, I will only be putting f of x equals the absolute value of x. So these arrows are very important. So remember, for domain, it is left to right. So this is going to the left forever. This is also going to the right forever. So left to right is how we drive our domain. And then remember, range is all about how low does it go to how high does it go. So please answer those two questions. Thank you.